and ignoring the good news. One man who thinks so is Pat Lamana, Senior Australian of the Year. Good morning to you, Pat. Lovely to see you again.
Good morning, Lisa. So 3 times now in 2 months. Thanks very much for having me.
There you go. 3 times lucky, they say, don't they, Pat? Now tell us, right. Why do we need more good news?
Oh, well, I fully believe that the good news give you hope and security and happy feeling, and therefore we desperately need this to balance with the doom and gloom news. So
you think there's just been too much concentration on the bad news that's around?
Absolutely, and I feel concerned about the young people, the age between 15 and 35. They just have a difficulty to cope with the economy problem we're having, and so much bad news, and they can't see the light at the end of the tunnel, and therefore it's our responsibility to make sure that they feel comfortable and have a future to look forward to.
You do make a very good point, Pat. The problem is that there has been so much bad news around. I mean, just this morning we've, of course, had that another bikie shooting. And they do say that to be forewarned is to be forearmed. Isn't that the role of news organisations, to reflect exactly what's going on?
Yes, we all want to know what's happening in the world because it's human nature. But at the same time, there are people who cannot handle that, and as a result, they turn away, and it's no good for the news. And my job is to try and to encourage the media to provide us with the happy news, because lots of happy news things happen every day. For example, a couple of months back, a couple of friends of my daughter Lisa come to Australia for a honeymoon. And from a very wealthy family, and no doubt they had a very expensive camera. And I went shopping at Queen Victoria Market, and I lost the camera. So they went to the management office, and they left their phone number behind, and within 1 hour they had their camera back. Wasn't that good news? And but nobody knows about it. And
that is good news.
Yeah,
well, Pat, if people have good news stories that they should be sharing with the rest of the world, how can they do it?
Well, I guess they should spread out to tell everybody about it, and including the media, you know, and the chance are the media pick up some of the good story and tell us, you know, and therefore it's our duty to do that, and therefore we all feel secure, and we all put a smile on our face when we hear good news, because we remember the happy news, but very difficult to remember the bad news because there's happened so much of it.
That's true. That's the stuff we'd prefer to forget. Pat, it's a really good idea, and we love seeing your face once again, and we'll see if we can't help contribute to more good news getting out there. Lovely to see you, Pat.
Thank you very much, Lisa. Bye-bye.
Thanks.
Bye-bye. Thank you.
And if you've got a good news story that you'd like to share, you can email it to us, goodnews@9.com.au, and let's see if we can give Australia something to smile about the mornings. We would much prefer to be reporting the good news.
It's not a bad idea. You know, I reckon Pat makes a good point, because a lot of elderly people feel a little bit of a disconnect, I think, sometimes, and they have time to reflect a lot on the bad stories out there. Yeah. And it does make them fearful and anxious, and I think it's a good idea.
Yeah. Pat's full of good ideas, let me tell you.
A lot of economists will tell you that if only the media would get behind talking up the economy, it would have kick-started a bit quicker. I don't know. Richard's breakfast.